Hi and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'll be talking about KuCoin and the bot and how to use the bot and how to do that investment and the strategy what I'm using for using like $1,000 per week and seeing how much money I can make or profit from the $1,000 a week. So then we can multiply on every $1,000 and how much profit you can make per week. So this is the simple strategy, and also the strategy is going to be explaining about how instead of putting $1,000 in one bot, how we can buy for 100, 200, 300, and split the risk of putting it all in one bot. Because if the price of one bot goes up higher or lower, then you have to wait for a considerable amount of time until the price hits into within the range, or you can expand the range, but then it's going to be unnecessary stress. If the amount of stake is only smaller, that means you can play around with it, you can have more different, because there are so many different coins and so many bots can be created, and then across we can put stake it across. In today's video here, the main point is about how much $1,000 bot can give. I am going to run through some of the examples which I've already put across, and then for a couple of days it's been running, and I'm going to show them now. So also the how much of the spread can I have, the hundreds, 200s, as I explained earlier. The most common questions asked is, should I invest in $1,000 or how much should I invest? Those sort of things I'm going to be answering now. Why the PNL sometimes goes in negative? I'm going to give a simple example and explain on how the PNL is calculated. And then the most important question, when do I shut down the bot and take a profit? How do I find out? I'm going to give some examples as well. This is not financial advice. Please do your homework before you invest, but this is my strategy of what I do. Before I jump in and start explaining across on how it works, I'm going to show you some snips of the 10 running bots which are already running for the last 2 days here. You can see 2 days and 1 hour. So investment was $200. Instead of putting $1,000, this been put $200, and you can see in 2 days this bot made a profit of $33 US. So the great profit is 33%, and APR is 2053%, which is quite good. And the range is between 0.09 and 0.03. So these are the main parameters you need to do. And by the way, you don't have to calculate all this. The AI, artificial intelligence, does it for you. So the next one, $250 has been invested in the coin KDA with USDT, and the profit is $17.3 US dollars. So you can see the great profit here. So this is, you can see the difference. The first one was for $200, the second was for $250, also for 2 days. This third one was been running for 3 days now, is $500, is given $40. So not necessarily the more amount of money you're going to put it in is going to give more money. So that's the wrong analogy. It all depends on how the arbitrage is working. Basically means that how the coin is fluctuating, how volatile it is. The more volatile, the more money you make. So we can't really predict on how it's actually going to happen. So best is to split the risk across very small amounts, and then so that you can, even if you have let's say it goes out of range, you're not going to worry too much about it. So here, as an example, $500 gives you $40, $250 gives you $17. So look at the other one here. $200 has given $33. So 200 has given 33. So 400 should give you 66. So but whereas 500 has given only 40. So it's not necessary, as I said earlier. So this is just an example to explain on how it actually works. The next one, okay, oh, this $200 negative 13. So what it means is now surprise. It's probably the price fell in this scenario. So means that now from the time you bought, the price fell. So means that bot has actually bought a lot of this tokens. It is bought waiting for the price to go up. So that's why the negative comes in. I'm going to run a simple example to explain to you on that one, on how it actually works. So, oh, this is my example. I'm going to explain to you in a second. Please don't get worried on looking at this chart on, oh, why is this so complicated? There's nothing complicated about it. It's simple. It means is now whatever coin or token you bought this is the $1, this is the $2, $3, $4, $5. Likewise, it goes up to $20. Oh, fine, okay. So you bought this coin at $5. So okay, so you're not buying it. You're just taking $200 or $100 to the bot, and the bot is actually buying. Okay, so bot is now, you bought the starting point. Let's say it's $5. You're giving the $200 to the bot, and now the bot has your money, and now it's going to say, you started at 5. At this point, The bot also does not know what the market is going to be, how volatile it's going to be, the coin is going to go up or down. The bot doesn't know. Looking at the moment, the bot is going to make analogy. So basic common sense would be the bot would say, okay, it started at 5, let me buy something at 5. So it buy 5 a lot of coins and keep it ready. So you'll see immediately a lot of buys of 5 has been already been created. So then now the coin goes to 6. Okay, so what it means is now obviously it bought at 5, the bot it's going to sell at 6, so it's made this $1. See the red one, it's made $1. Now it's already bought one more at 5 because it bought many of the 5s. Now it's going to sell at 7, it makes $2. Like 5, it's sold at 8, $3, 4, 5. So once you add this 1 2 3 4 5, it's total profit of $15. Now at this point you see, wow, beautiful. The coin is, let's say, at $10 right now. We say total profit is $15. Now the bot has not finished its job. The bot is still working right now. So bot now is just waiting. Oh, this is going to go more than 10, or maybe it could go. It will say, I have got still more of 5s there. I can sell it when it's become 11. I can sell it when it's become 12. So the bot does not know yet. So bot waits, but say, oh my God, the price is now falling. So now what it does is now it's now falling. So bot will say, okay, let me buy some at 9, let me buy some at 8, 7, and 6. Is still dropping and coming back to 5. So bot has no control on it. Bot is still buying because now it wants to, because initially it bought many of these 5s, but not necessarily bought everything at 5. So it's now bought for 9, 8, 7, and 6. So now when you add up all of them, it's $30 right now. So now you can see you had a profit of $15 here. So now it's bought for $30. So basically means that it's $30 minus $15 is going to show loss of negative $15. Now I want to explain to you on the lower limit and upper limit. Let's go back to an example which I already had before here. So here you can see the price range, lower and higher. So when you started at entry point was 0.06. Can you see this example? 0.06. So the bot goes and sets the range, or the AI parameters go and set, artificial intelligence sets the range at 0.03 and 0.09. So 6 minus 3 plus 3, so 0.03, 0.09. This is the range it sets. So now coming back to the example, let's say this is the range you set, $3 and $14. So now when the coin is now is fluctuating within this range is nice and good, but then when it goes out, this is where the main thing comes. Let's say your range was finishing at 13, is going wop outside the parameter. Now the bot has no control, so the bot would just not do anything at that point. It'll be waiting for it to come back into range and fall down, so that when it coming down, as it coming down, it will try to actually make some profit. So this is very important. Let's say you had put in $1,000 here, and let's say the coin or the token was at $12, and it took like 6 months to come back down. So means that the bot would not be able to do anything at all. So your $1,000 would be stuck over there. You're probably thinking of, oh, either I keep my profits, whatever I made, and shut down the bot, or that options can be made. So, I mean, with $1,000, probably at some point you could have a negative $200 or negative $300. It's a matter of making a decision. Let me just cut down the $300 and shut it down, or whichever way you want to do it. So that's why the strategy is low. You're putting a few for hundreds, 200s, 500s. That will be very key to actually spread the risks. I have given here a few examples here on when it sells here, how it makes profit. So here is $8 minus the $5 which you actually bought, so it makes a $3 here. So likewise, that's why this $3 here, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, it makes a 15. Likewise, when it's actually falling down, actually at this point is actually buying, so that when it goes up again, it can start selling. So pretty much, let's say you bought here at the 7, now when it goes to 9, it will try to make all the profits. For the bot will make the profits while it's actually climbing up again. So that's how it works. So that is the main key of doing it. So I just written down handwritten across on how it actually works. Also on KuCoin there's some examples as well given, which you can also have a look at it. The first indicator is it will show in highlighted in yellow. That means it is out of range here. You can see it's 0.03 current price, but you can see it's 0.02. Wow, now it needs to be done something. So this is where what you do is now, okay, see, now your bot is now probably having a snooze, not doing much here because it's out of range. So this is the time when you go and edit price range. You click on this thing here and then you say fill AI parameters. Don't break your head. Let the artificial intelligence do its work. So at this point you can note that this one is highlighted in yellow, means that is it's out of range. So the current price is 0.03, whereas the price range has crossed the 0.02 here. So this is where you can see something has to be done. So it means that at this point of time the bot is not doing anything at all. It's probably just having a snooze, waiting for the price to fall between the range so that it can start taking some action. At this point the bot could have bought a lot of coins at some point, waiting for it to sell at some point. So that's why some profit or loss could also be negative at this point. So if nothing was done, means that nothing's going to happen and it's going to be here until for a while. So you click on it and let the AI parameters do its work. Please don't try to I don't try to basically try to calculate myself. The AI parameters are pretty smart. So once you click on it, what it does is it will populate itself and increase the range. You can see 0.02, 0.04, it's already gone up, and now it will edit the range. You can see the range has gone up more higher. You just have to press confirm. So once you press confirm, it will say confirmation has been done. So means that now the bot is now already starting to get active, because now the range which I showed you earlier now has sort of increased. So here I've answered the question of the strategy of why should I be splitting into smaller amounts instead of a big lump sum, 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000, that sort of a thing, and how the P&L is calculated. And the last one is when do I shut down the bot. For that I'll just have to go through a live into KuCoin, and I can have a quick look and show it to you. This particular bot for SLP is in negative. So what I've done is now I went in and increased the price range. It's now 0.02, so I increased that to 0.04 as my previous example. Here you can see it's negative, so means that now the bot is got bought more because the price has been dropping, so it's been bought now, and when the price goes up, obviously it will sell, and this profit should write off on that one. Obviously the bot is not going to buy at high and sell at low, basically. So it's going to be buying low and sell high to make your profit. So you click on this one on the details, and you can see here, so how many buys are here and how many sells. So obviously this AI parameters are working, and they're actually doing their own calculations. So obviously it has a strategy of how many it has to sell, and it's already got so many points ready for it to be active. And what, so once you see this, both the screens are red and blue, red and greens are all balanced out, you will obviously know that is actually it's time to close the bot when no activity is actually happening and there is nothing left in that strategy. So for the order history as well, you can click on it and see on how this one, for example, let's look at this. It sold this SLP. How much did it make? Click on this here, and you can see it obviously bought at 0.02821 and bought sold at 0.02842. So it's the difference only 842 minus 821. Small, but it does a lot of transactions. Okay, so it makes you a great profit is so much. So arbitrage, each one is called an arbitrage, and by that way it actually tries to make money by doing a lot of transactions, and humanly it's not possible if this bot wasn't there. So you could possibly buy a coin and leave it there for the next 5 years and wait, but this one is trying to make a profit of the $200 or $300 worth of coins, and then try to give you a profit within that using the volatility of the market. So sometimes if the coin just skyrockets and goes up 300%, let's say, the bot can't do much. In fact, it would have been better off if you had no bot. But we are trying to make money out of arbitrage, out of the moment, the volatility in the market. That is, to summarize the investment strategy in KuCoin Bot, this $50 USD for an investment of $1,000 in the bot is just an assumption. There is no set rule or parameters according to that, based on the volatility of that coin or particular coin. It all depends. There's no such thing as a $50 would be minimum. We're just aiming that at least a basic. You do something with $1,000, at least you're aiming to get a $50. Okay, so My strategy is like work between a $50 to $100 per week with $1,000. So if you multiply that to, let's say, $10,000 you want to invest in, rotate it, that would be generating around, if it's a $50, $26,000 USD per annum. And if it makes $100, I mean, which is very, very volatile, it could happen, it could be even more, but the upper limit would be a $52,000 USD. So, as I mentioned again, this is not financial advice. Please do your homework before you invest. Try with a smaller amount, play around with it, get confident, and then build it up slowly. So, I mean, if 1 week if you are doing something and making some money, that is not necessarily next week it would be there, because sometimes it could throw us, the bot would throw, I mean, the coin could be away from the parameters, and it could take a week or two before it actually starts to make some money. So it could be like not necessarily every week so much. So it's important, volatile, but we are just aiming how volatility remains every week. It's happening. As we all know, the uh, crypto is volatile, and this bot is the right thing to play with it. And since you're setting up the lower and upper limit, I mean, you're not going to lose too much there, because once it comes to the lower limit, it's going to stop doing its things, and the upper limit is also going to stop doing its things. So that would be like a good strategy to do it. This is what my strategy is, not financial advice. In less than a minute, let me run through on quickly on how to create a bot. The one is about a spot create bot. So in this one, you can create your own bot and then select the parameters. But here you can see is number 1, number 2, number 3. So what it means is here, this particular person, BBB12, that is a username, has used this hero/USDT to create and earned around 6874. So let's look at it. So this bot has been running for a while, for 1 day and 7 hours. So what you roughly, if you just do this calculation, 6874 divided by 365 days in a year, that means that it has done 18%, which is not bad. I mean, 18% in 1 day. Imagine you're putting $1,000 today, times 18% is $180, just like that. So I mean, as my calculation strategy goes, we're just aiming for the smaller one, $50. That's all we are aiming for. So if you want to do this, you can see all the parameters has been set, no calculation. You like it, you have a good feeling about it, you create the bot, and the parameters are already AI parameters is already filled up. The artificial intelligence has gone in and found out the range and everything. And here what you just need to do is now decide how much you want to put. You want to put in 100, or you want to put 1,000, whatever. But before that, just make sure that you have the funds in it, and then just create, and then it creates the bot. As simple as that. The other option is now, if you're not happy with this 1, 2, 3 rankings, there is more here as well. You could go to create bot, and here you can go in here and see, okay, you have USDT, or you have BTC, you have ETH. This all depends on what you have in your account. You have USDT in this thing, and it says here, go to volatility and see, oh, 0.56. Oh, I want more. Okay, 352% is being volatile, and also giving 46% change. So this looks like a good one, so favorite. Okay, let's click on that, and then even here you could just go in, and then you create the AI parameters. Is already created, and then you can select how much. It says here minimum $40. Okay, let's say put $100, and then you just create the bot, and it'll show you what your available balance is here, and then accordingly you can do it. It's as simple as that. There are some other investment strategies, smart rebalance, DCA, infinity grid. I'll run through that in my other videos. Otherwise, this video is going to be too long to go through. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was useful. This is not financial advice. This is just the investment strategy what I'm using. Thank you for watching.